Part 1 of Poems for My Children by Ann Hawkshaw. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Poems for My Children by Mrs. Hawkshaw. London, Simpkin Marshall and Company. Manchester, Sims and Dinham, 1847. Spring is coming. Mary's Wish. The festival of the last of October, seen in the time of the Druids. Common things. Spring is coming. There is a whisper in the woods, the breath of soft winds passing through, and rustling mid the dry brown leaves where last year's primrose grew. And high upon the leafless boughs blithe robin cheerily is singing, and to and fro the anemones like fairy bells are swinging. The rivulet is murmuring within its pebbly bed, for the ice bands which held it fast with the last sunshine fled, and many coloured lichens creep o'er the old trees and stones. There are 1,000 pleasant sights, 1,000 gladsome tones. For spring is coming, and the flowers will waken as from sleep. The birds will warble in the bowers, in streams the fishes leap. The butterflies will flutter past, the bees begin their humming. Cold winter does not ever last, spring, pleasant spring is coming. Mary's Wish. I often wish that I could see this country as it used to be, for where now busy cities stand, there once was moor and forest land, and the tall elk and freedom bounded ere hunter's bugle had been sounded. How quiet must these shores have been where now 1,000 ships are seen. There was no sound of steam or oar, scarcely a footprint on the shore, and the sea-eagle from the cliff soared startled at the passing skiff. Where quay and workhouse crowd the edge of rivers, once mid reeds and sedge, the otter watched his fishy prey, with none to frighten him away, unless a tall grey heron came, its share of booty too to claim. Where now the wavy cornfields spread, once stood the Britons' mud-built shed, and round it savage children played, while stretched beneath the oak trees' shade. Their father strung his bow afresh, or in his fish-net wove a mesh. Where now such peaceful dwellings are, were heard the sounds of barbarous war, and mothers with their children fled at midnight from the burning shed. The smoke from engines now is seen, where blazing hamlets once had been. I do not think that time was good, for then men shed each other's blood without a thought that it was wrong, and the weak fell beneath the strong. But still, I often wish to see this country as it used to be. The festival of the last of October, seen in the time of the Druids. The Druids in Britain had 3 great festivals, one on the eve of the 1st of May, the second at Midsummer, and the third on the last of October, which was kept as a thanksgiving for the harvest. Before this festival, all fire used in private dwellings or for common uses was put out, but sacred fire was kept burning with great care on the altar. At the festival, no excommunicated person was allowed to take fire from the altar, and all were forbidden to give the outcast food, fire, or shelter. Upon a wide and lonely moor there is a circle of old stones. The summer sunshine warms them yet, the winter wind among them moans. Sometimes a passing stranger comes, and sits him down beside that spot, and muses there on times gone by, and things by busier men forgot. Why there do strangers sit and think? What are the scenes they muse upon? Who placed with so much labour there those huge grey stones in ages gone? Come, listen. 'Twas an autumn eve, misty and cold, and all around was cheerless, but amid yon stones a single fire gleamed near the ground. awhile it glimmered faint and dim, then burst at last a ruddy flame, showing to those across the wild it from a Druid's altar came. Beside it stood a white-robed priest, with oak leaves twined around his head, while near him, bound with leathern thongs, upon the ground a savage bled. We call him savage, for he knew nothing of all these arts of ours. Yet by his mud hut far away there grew a root of primrose flowers, which he had brought for many a mile and planted there to please his child, for well he loved his little one, although he was both rude and wild. But vainly now that boy may call, he never, never can come back, and vainly all through wood and heath his faithful hound his way may track. They did not kill him in revenge, he did not fall in angry strife, the man who slew him till that day had never seen him in his life. They offered him in sacrifice, a victim for a nation's crimes, believing thus their gods to please. This was religion in those times. At last the sacrifice was o'er, then each of the vast crowd drew near, and stood around the altar fire, with looks of reverence but of fear. Each at the flame then lit a torch, and quickly to his home returned, for till that festival was o'er, no fire on any hearthstone burned. That morning, watched with ceaseless care, fire burned upon the altar stone, but none besides throughout the land, from temple or from cottage shone. The priest, the worshippers are gone, but one remains, a lonely man, seated by a blasted tree, to death doomed by the Druid's ban. No cheerful fire for him must blaze, no food, no home to him be given, for he had dared to disobey the priest, the messenger of heaven. A while he sat, then fierce despair possessed him, and he wildly ran to the dark forest, and no more was heard or seen that doomed man. Common things. The sunshine is a glorious thing that comes alike to all, lighting the peasant's lowly cot, the noble's painted hall. The moonlight is a gentle thing, it through the window gleams, upon the snowy pillow where the happy infant dreams. It shines upon the fisher's boat, out on the lonely sea, or where the little lambkins lie beneath the old oak tree. The dewdrops on the summer morn sparkle upon the grass, the village children brush them off that through the meadows pass. There are no gems in monarchs' crowns more beautiful than they, and yet we scarcely notice them, but tread them off in play. Poor robin on the pear tree sings, beside the cottage door, the heath flower fills the air with sweets upon the pathless moor. There are as many lovely things, as many pleasant tones, for those who sit by cottage hearths, as those who sit on thrones. End of part 1.